Werewolves, fierce and terrifying creatures that have received the blessing of the Daedric Prince Heracine. However, in-game you rarely feel that powerful. Today I'll be attempting to change that. Using your beast form is a bad choice by in-game for a few reasons. A lack of armor, magic resistance, defense in general. Your damage in this form is calculated independently from most of your usual perks, and all of your equipment is removed after you transform, stripping you of their benefits. As a result, your beast form becomes more of a liability than a benefit throughout all but the earliest parts of the game. This build compensates for most of these flaws, as the Arcane Werewolf can be more lethal and fear nothing, especially magic. There are two possible paths for this build. The Orc path, which is very powerful but requires the use of some exploits, and the Breton path, which is weaker but can be done completely honestly. The flesh spells under the Alteration tree are some of the few effects that can carry over to your werewolf, temporarily providing you with armor. As a result, both versions of this build rely heavily on Alteration. In order to maximize the effectiveness of these spells, your Alteration skill needs to reach at least 70. Additionally, you need to put points into Novice Alteration, Alteration Dual Casting to increase the duration of your flesh spells, Apprentice Alteration, all 3 levels of both Mage Armor to maximize your defense as a werewolf, and Magic Resistance. Note that Magic Resistance is unnecessary if you're using the Orc version of this build. Next, you need to put a point into Adept Alteration in order to finally unlock stability, further maximizing your spell duration. Expert Alteration and Master Alteration are very useful for this build, but optional. Ebony Flesh, unlocked at 75 Alteration, is a great choice when you're not given time to prepare for a battle, as it provides 30 points of armor for up to 3 minutes. The Dragonhide, the Master Alteration spell, provides more protection, with the downside of a much shorter maximum duration and a longer charge time. Destruction magic isn't essential for this build. However, the elemental cloak spells, like the flesh spells, persist after you transform, and as a result can be used to maximize your damage. The only points that need to be put into the destruction tree are Novice Destruction and Destruction Dual Casting in order to increase the area of your cloak spells. Note that the damage done by cloak spells is capped at 8 DPS. No perks can increase it. Alteration and destruction spells can be extremely taxing on your magic reserves. To help with this, you should try to max out enchanting as quickly as possible. You should put points into all 5 ranks of Enchanter, then Insightful Enchanter, Corpus Enchanter, and finally Extra Effect. Fire Enchanter, Frost Enchanter, and Storm Enchanter are optional for this build, be useful as they can allow you to create stronger weapons for human form. With that said, smithing is also optional, but useful for the same reasons. Here's where the two versions of the build truly diverge. Orcs need to spend time increasing their alchemy skill. For the build to be completed with an orc character, they need to first craft a fortify restoration potion that's over 100% in order to use the exploit. A piece of headgear, chest gear, and an amulet should all be enchanted to reduce alteration cost. For Bretons, you can also enchant these same items to reduce destruction spell cost. However, for orcs, you need to enchant at least one of these items with a magical regeneration enchantment as well, where you'll be unable to regenerate magicka after using the exploit. Now you need to find the Atronach Standing Stone. This stone increases your magicka by 50, grants 50% spell absorption, but also decreases your magical regeneration by 50% as well. Using the stone as a Breton, you can make yourself completely immune to magic-based attacks for 60 seconds while using your Dragon Skin ability. Since the Dragon Skin effect carries over after you transform, you'll be protected from all magic-based attacks while being a werewolf. Using both flesh and cloak spells, you will maximize both your defense and offense. For orc characters, you need to drink the restoration potion just before triggering the stone. By doing so, you'll increase all the effects of the stone as long as the stone remains active. The orc fighting style is like the Bretons, says you can trigger Berserk Rage before your transformation, further increasing your damage and defense. As you can guess, drawn out fights are not to this build's strength, so always gauge your enemies and act accordingly. The slow time shout can also help by providing you time to transform without getting hit. The final part of this build is Heresine's Ring, which is awarded to you after siding with Sinding at the end of the quest Ill Met by Moonlight. With this ring, you will be able to transform into a werewolf multiple times a day rather than just once, making your beast form a far more reliable power. If you found this video helpful and want more content like it, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment and I'll try to help if I can. Thanks for watching.